Yo guys, what's up, it's Krypz and welcome to another Destiny 2 fashion video. So today I'm going to be reviewing the new Phoenix Cradle ornament, the Execute Revival. Now this was introduced this season into the Eververse store and will cost you 600 silver, and this can also be sold at the end of the season for Bright Dust. So yeah, I've also made a video on the new Stompy's ornament showing you how they look and if they're worth buying. I'll also be doing the same sort of video with the new Warlock ornament as well, so consider subscribing so you don't miss out. So anyways, let's just get straight into the ornament. So this is for the Phoenix Cradle. Here's the default appearance for it. It is definitely a step up improvement. So it's not the best of exotics, but it's actually still pretty good. But the appearance it gives off now is so much better. There was not a lot of gear that sort of gave off the look of like curves like this. Not many pieces could really work well with it, with like these weird rocky bits sticking out as well. So it's really good that they added an ornament for it. Now as you can see, when I compare these two, these rocky bits don't actually get removed on Siva. You can just see the Siva wraps going right over, and then obviously these little Siva spores sticking around, especially out the knees here. It's really cool. Now one thing that I actually did not know about this ornament, and is absolutely incredible, as I'll show you all now, is that these ornaments are actually fully shaderable. So when I was first looking at this, I was just so shocked, because when I was like trying shaders out, I thought that, you know, they would stay red like the Synthoceps ornament. Like, you can't shader them, all you can shader is the top shoulder bit of the Synthoceps. Compared to like the normal version, these are shaderable as well, although they're quite flat with how they shader. Now it isn't all good, there is some issues with armor with this, with like fully matching it with other pieces, as I'll show you all later on in this set section. And as you could see from further inspection, they're actually not like too thin or too bulky, they're like a good medium, because that's something I actually noticed with the new exotic boots, which were introduced this season. They're a bit too thin for the body, but these ornaments here don't actually make it too thin. That's something you gotta look out for with a male titan. So yeah, it's good to see they didn't change like the shape of the actual legs. All they pretty much did was go over the actual normal look and just severed it up, which is very nice. And I'm so glad they got rid of these like bits that stick out the side here. It made it really awkward to, like, you know, fit into a fashion having these wider end of the boots. But anyways, it's time we get into these shaders. There's obviously one bit you can definitely tell that isn't shadable, and that's still Siva outlines here. Now some shaders can like sort of disguise the look of it. You can sort of like hide it. You can like see the texture change and color change on the actual Siva. So anyways, I'm just gonna quickly show you all. So anyways, we're going to look over some very nice shaders here. So here's Techno Fusion and Ritualism. These are both the new Season Pass ornaments. These aren't too bad on it. Here's Armatura. I don't mind this for nice blue. Pretty much, there's not really any issues with shadering it. Like I said, it's pretty much all shaderable except from the red bits of Siva. Now even though the red stands out, it's actually pretty good in sets which don't use a lot of red, like Ritualism. If you were to make a Ritualism set, these red bits would stand out like quite a bit, but it's also good for showing that it's like infesting onto the set. So it's like a nice standout point as well. It's not so much a bad thing that they've got like a red outline. It sort of makes them stand out and show that the character's like, you know, infected with Siva. So in some sense, I don't think it's that bad at all. Now certain shades I really love with this is Cryptic Insignia. This is from the Deepstone Crypto raid for opening both secret chests. Carbon Blood looks amazing on this as well. This can sometimes be sold in the Bright Dust store. Here's Valkyrie Zero, another nice like dark red colour. This is from the Season of the Worthy seasonal quest. Here is Crucible Peppermint from the Season of the Worthy Crucible Pursuit, and Kaminica from the Season Revivals Crucible Pursuit. Seeing as they're fully shaderable doesn't mean you have to go with red. You could go with a different colour for Siva. Horizons Beyond's a nice like greyish colour. We have Neopop here. This actually quite well disguises the red on the Siva. This doesn't look bad at all. It's a nice little pop of colours. Here is Silver Tactical from the Season of the Worthy Eververse. Here is also Rasmussen Clan, House of Mayrin, Satu Tribe, and New Age Black Armory. Now if you don't know, all these shaders are currently obtainable, as the old Black Armory armour is actually dropping from world drops. So if you do get one of the pieces and see one of these shaders on it, then if you dismantle it, you will receive the shader. Here's Baguzin Knight, if any of you were wondering. I've actually noticed there's like a little slight tint on the under armour here. As you can see, it's like a slight purple. It's quite nice little detail there. And here's Dreaming Spectrum from the Last Wish raid. So yeah, it's an absolutely amazing ornament. As you can see with all these different shaders, use Recursive X Chrome. All these like year 1 shaders are pretty good too, like Golden Trace, Monochromatic. Callus is treasured, his gift to the 9 as well. So yeah, use Metro Shift. So if you have been struggling to use Phoenix Cradle in the set, I think this is an amazing ornament to save up for in Bright Dust or to purchase right now for silver, because like I said earlier, the base look for it is really hard to pair with stuff because the bottom end is so bulky, and the actual design of it, there isn't much armor set in the game that really supports the look of it. So now we're showing you some looks I quickly made with the ornament, so you get a better idea of how to use it in a set. So here's the main set I made here. Obviously I went with a red one, because it is Siva ornaments. I paired with the Outbreak and the Hardling Shell, and if you do want some inspiration for the other classes, I have made a Siva fashion set video and also a special type of set called a transformation set. I highly recommend you check that out for the Titan. So anyways, if you want to know what I'm using for this set here, I'm using the Prodigal Helm. As for other helmets, if you don't have this one, you could also use the hard case helm. Now if you want to know where the other pieces come from, these arms are no longer obtainable, but if you want to go with an alternative, you could go with like Midnight Exigent, although you do have an unshadable yellow to deal with. You could go with the contender ones from the Guardian games. These are some I quite like, as they actually quite well match with the rest of the armor. S-plates from the Eververse Archive from the Starcross set, and the markets from the Deepstone Crypt raid. And if you don't have the Midnight Smith shader, you could also use Carbon Blood here, or if you want that darker look, you go with Carminica or Valkyrie Zero. But yeah, overall I think it's a really nice set. I absolutely love this helmet here with the little bits of yellow here. You could hide it with the Midnight Exigent as well, like I mentioned not too long ago. You could try and blend it together and maybe choose a different color. You could just go with something a bit grey and make an infected Warmind set. You sort of get what I mean with the ideas here. You go Gilded Smoke and try and blend the yellow with the gold. Now the reason why I picked this over any other chest plate in the game, and this pretty much goes for all the sets I'm going to show, is because the main problem you have with these boots is transitioning the boots to the chest here. As you can see, the wire look on the chest here as well flows very nicely with the Siva and works extremely well together, but no chest plate in the game really has the same sort of effect this chest plate has. Obviously there may be some pieces which can look pretty good, like the substitutional alloy, the Sunbreaker here looks alright, but nothing will have that wire flow through the chest plate like the Starcross does here. Now someone from my Discord actually wanted to see what an overgrown set would look like, so this is sort of what I quickly came up with. It doesn't look too bad at all. Obviously all I replaced from the original was the helmet with the hard case helm, something I definitely recommend if you have not transmogged this already. The substitutional alloy plate and mark, which are from the Season of the Undying Pass, and obviously Descending Vex Chrome on the entire set. This is not too bad at all, flows quite well together. The chestplate design here is fantastic. It doesn't flow as well obviously as with the Starcross. Now in case any of you were wondering, this is what it looks like with the Starcross chest, and this doesn't look too bad either. And then here's another alternative I made, which takes the same ideas as the last set, but all I did was change up the shader to the new Ritualism shader from the new seasonal pass. I think this gives off the same effect as well. If you don't want the full rusted look at the Descending Vex Chrome, then this is an amazing alternative. It looks a bit like sea-like in colours to me. If it was submerged underwater type of look, I feel like that's what it'd give off. But yeah, that's pretty much all the set ideas I wanted to show you all. I do hope this video helped you all in sort of understanding how the shaders and how it pair well in a set. But is it really worth it? Now I'd say it definitely is. Compared to the original, there is so much potential with these boots here, especially with the fact that they're fully shadable. If they were just red, I don't know about it. If you don't like Siva sets, then I would have said no. But the fact that they're fully shadable, as I just showed you, then you could go with a lot different sets with this. So I would say they are definitely worth it, especially when you consider how the original look. And if you definitely use these quite often, then I would say yes, you should definitely get them. Now depending on how badly you want them, you could just wait for them to come into the store for Bright Dust, or you could just purchase them now for silver if you really can't wait. But overall I think these are a fantastic exotic ornament for the Phoenix Cradle, and definitely improved the look for fashion. I think Bungie did an absolutely outstanding job making these fully shadable. Who knows, maybe in the future Bungie could update the Synthoceps ornament, the Siva ones, so that they can fully shader. I think that would be a fantastic change to them. But yeah, that is pretty much the video. I do hope this helped you out. I will be making the same sort of video for the new Warlock exotic ornament as well, so subscribe so you don't miss out. And yeah guys, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think of these ornaments in the comments below. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video.